This is my 2006 Mk5 Golf R32. I bought this car a couple of years ago, knowing that it had a potential problem with the timing chain. Long story short, I need to get around to doing that now, and I'm going to have a go at doing that myself. I thought about documenting this process and just keeping the videos and photographs for myself, so when I put things back together I'd know where everything went. And then I figured I may as well turn it into a video and upload this to YouTube. It may be useful to someone in the future. I've had a look on there and there's not too many videos on this process. There's a few videos on changing timing chains and things on the VR6 engine, but nothing actually sort of from start to finish. So yeah, this is the engine. It's a 3.2 litre VR6 engine. Now the difficulty with this, and why the timing chain job is so difficult, is that on most engines, like if you look at this engine, it's kind of shifted over to the left hand side of the engine bay, and on the right hand side would typically be where your gearbox is, which it is on this engine, but most of the time what you'd find is that your timing belt or chain would tend to be on this side, and it's still going to be difficult to get to, but it's a lot easier than where it is on this vehicle. So on this vehicle it's in this casing, and in order to access the upper and lower chain you need to remove the gearbox from the engine. And in fact probably the easiest thing to do is going to be to pull the whole engine out of the car. So one of the things that we're going to have to do as part of this job is probably to either suspend the engine while I work on it or lift the engine out entirely. I haven't got an engine hoist, and my plan is going to be to stick an extra beam across here that isn't part of the roof structure, and then probably to use a block and tackle to either suspend it or lift the engine out and then roll the car back. In order to do that I'm going to have to obviously remove the bonnet, so I think that's the first thing we'll do. Right, so time to remove the bonnet, and just a couple of 13mm bonnets each side. It looks like it kind of does slot in. And what you can do We'll actually have a quick look at this If you see, the lower bolt is captive, so we can remove this one, and the upper bolt has actually got a slot here, and so I think that's going to enable us to leave this nut on each side, and then probably lift the bonnet away, which is going to make the job a lot easier when it's just one guy on his own. So the second thing we'll do is to disconnect the battery. Obviously a good idea if you're going to be working on the electrics and unplugging various sensors and things like that. We want to leave it connected while we're doing this job, so we'll get that disconnected now. Remember exactly what these are called, but they're like little spline drive things. It's just an M8 size for the battery, and there's just a little socket that it goes into. I was actually thinking about keeping all these bolts and everything in the separators that I've got for doing the rest of the job, but actually I'm going to have so many things loose and knocking about. I think I'm just going to pop all these back loosely into the holes. I won't nip everything up, I'll just stick them back in so I don't lose them. job of look at doing is probably just removing a few bits from around here, just like the airbox and things, just some simple stuff we can do to start to get some bits out of the way. Good. Overkill. Half inch drive, 5mm socket. Box is going to be in the way. That's like a little Torx fastening on that, so I think we'll get that thing out of the way as well. Get to it once I've removed all this stuff. So that's just that air intake removed. It's just two little Torx fasteners either side. That I think what we'll do is put these in the organiser. I'm just going to stick them in these things. I think I'll just I'll write on the top a number them, and then I can write down somewhere what everything is that I've removed, so I don't forget. A couple of bits to go. See. Just actually, I could have just pulled that off. So, for future reference, I think the only thing holding the airbox on is this one Allen key bolt here that's like captive, and the other bits were just literally just kind of pressed in, and the whole thing pulled away, so worth noting. So to be honest, this bracket, I think that where it is anyway, I think we'll just remove it. It's sat right over the gearbox, and it's just going to hinder access anyway, so there's the airbox bracket there. So we have the one bolt here. It was the first one that we removed that we didn't really need to remove to pull the airbox out. Got one here, we'll leave that. I'm just going to leave them fastened in, I think. And then we've got one more over here as well, another 10mm. So we'll take that out, and then we can get that bracket out of the way. Risking damaging the wire. They're so bloody stupid, those things. I've just cable tie it back on. Just do just as good a job, but I've actually got half a chance of removing it. Rag around on the wire too much. There's our bracket for the airbox mount. Just one of the parts to give it a clean up, and stick that up in the loft out of the way. Getting this off. Torques again. Okay, we're back on. Sorry, I'm out of memory on my SD card. I've just been in and ordered a larger SD card, and also some Torx sockets, because I thought I had those and I don't have them, and I could do them. So I didn't do much else. All I've done is removed a couple of bolts off the top. I'll show you, which will adjust these. There's three either side, two larger ones, one smaller one, and the smaller one seems to hold the top of the light in, so I've just removed those from both sides at this point. I think what we're going to do is we need to get the front bumper off, so we're going to jump to the next step on the very vague guide that I'm using, which is saying that you should remove the wheels and get the drive shafts out of the gearbox and things like that, then to be able to access under the car, to remove the front bumper. So we'll start doing that anyway, and we'll see where we get to. But I'm not rushing this job. I mean, I'm just doing it a steadier way. So something else I've done is those parts I've been removing, I'm making a note, and I'm popping them in a box and just numbering each compartment. I've got loads of these little boxes like this, so I'm just going to do that as we go along. So first step, I think I'll loosen this wheel up before we do any jacking or anything like that. These are easier with the tool really that you get in the boots. It's like a little hook, but you can just do with some pliers. Try 17. Yeah, 17mm. Tight. Just had the wheel buzz gunned on last time. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's definitely, they've had some work done at the garage. And they've, I mean, you know, what sort of torque is that? It's definitely well over spec. Ridiculous. Like, you know, how would you ever get that off at the side of a road if you needed to? Stupid. So tight. I mean, that's crazy. Like, seriously, that's insane. Bending that bar, bending this bar to take your wheel nuts off. Well, we'll lose something anyway. Actually, it would be really nice to have these torques and keys. Would have made this a lot easier. Let's get put them in here. There's a few. But, there's like two small ones at the back here either side, on there, and then these look ever so slightly larger around the arch, and I've got one missing there if I forget. Oh God. All this. Just crap. Go out and finish and dry. Oh, we can give that a clean out. I've got some more torque somewhere. Basically part of this under tray, so we'll get these off. There's quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 torques under here. So I think with this, I'll show you, nothing too complicated. I mean, basically you've got torques, bolts around here, you can see where they're fastened in there, and then along the under tray basically you've got torques here that fasten that this under tray to the arch liner, the bottom of the arch liner. So we'll just do a repeat performance on the other side. I don't think there's really any need to film that as such. So we've taken the other arch liner out the other side, and now we've just got this plastic under tray and the bumper to remove. And this, I wonder if I can prise up on these. Okay, that's easy. Just a little clips you can prise in. And that's that one. Looks like we've just got 1, 2, 3, 4 little torques, fastenings along the bottom of the bumper here. I'll take these out. Can probably get to them through there, but it seems weird to have to sort of stretch it. I don't really want to stretch it if I can help it. now. So. Is. So there's something I can think about, just the headlight washers. Clip this. Just let that loose, it should come in. Just let that drain into the bucket. The torque's faster in here, but I'm trying to figure out if that's not very liftable. That's headlight. Let's look at these. To actually pop that back in, so these two for the headlight. That's it. Headlight should be headlight's free. Just be a clip on the back. Pull out. You can see the connector on the back of the headlight unit there. And there's a little clip here that was so brittle, like I've broken it off basically trying to press it, but I broke this off trying to prise it. You should be able to press this and press the other one on the other side and it should come away. Actually get a better view of this connector here. So you see you've got a little pin that you have to press in on each side, and I broke the pin off that side. But I mean, I found just sort of trying to nip this pin in, or nip, if you've got both, just be careful, nip them both in, and then just put a screwdriver under the edge of the clip and just gently press, and it did click away, not too bad.